Boom Boom
Well, hello. Welcome to another round of Ray's Boom Boom Room. I'm your host, Ray Mancini, here with my ace corner man, cut man, Mike Case. Mike, we got a very special guest today, and right up your ways, from your area.
Yep.
And we're going to get to him in a minute. But a couple things I want to talk about is the fights this past week.
The ones on DAZN, that one?
Yeah, the one,
Okay.
Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody watched the fight, if you got to have the DAZN app. I watched it. Andy Ruiz is one of our fighters on the PBC. But nothing for nothing. It was a stinking fight.
Yeah. Well, he
Both
didn't
guys.
do very well, did he?
Both guys. It was a stinking fight. And I'm going to talk to our guest about that because I was disappointed that both sides, neither one. I mean, this was a fight where what they could say, one guy's scared, the other's glad of it.
Yeah.
One guy did nothing, the other guy did less.
Huh.
I mean, I was so disappointed in the fight and how it turned out. And it was a non-event for me.
Mm-hmm.
As a fighter, non-event. But now the heavyweight championship is back in Joshua's court. And we got Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury February 22nd, and then the winner of that's supposed to fight the winner of Joshua. So I hope that's the case. But as boxing always goes, there's a lot of things that get involved in between.
Yeah.
Boxing's boxing is the theater of the absurd.
That's for
so,
sure.
So it happens. But
That's
anyhow,
for sure.
But talking about that. You got the fight, and we're going to talk to our guest about that coming up. There's a big fight the 21st of this month in California,
Right.
in Carson. The rematch between the champion, Tony Harrison, and the former champ, Jermell Charlo, who Tony beat the first time.
Okay.
On a controversial decision by many, but according to Tony, there was no controversy. But it will be the rematch. And if the fight is half as good as the press conferences, it'll be a fight of the year candidate.
You said these press
Press
conferences
conferences
are
are the best, and
right?
we'll talk to our guest about those
Yeah.
because the press conferences are the best I've ever been to or seen or heard. They were all good. Anyhow, but okay. So with no further ado, let's get to our guest. Now, let me give you we'll give him the build up.
Okay.
Our next guest is young. He's a local guy in the sense that he's from northeastern Ohio.
Right.
From Akron, where you're from,
Yep.
your area, the
Akron
Akron area.
area, yep.
Went to Stowe High School. He was an all-conference football player his junior and senior year. I knew he was a baller. I knew he was a great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in Akron,
Right.
and he was in the amateurs. From northeastern Ohio, he competed as a middleweight,
Right.
but then as a pro. As a welterweight,
You're going up.
all the way, and probably had some overweight matches on the way up. Junior welterweight. I'm junior middleweight. Probably fought at 150, 54, 152 on the way up. But he won the welterweight title twice. He won, he won the World Golden Gloves champion as an amateur, and then turned pro, and two-time welterweight champion. He first beat Devin Alexander for the welterweight championship, and then came back and beat, I believe he's going to correct me if I'm wrong, Danny Garcia
Yep.
for a version of the welterweight champion. And now he just finished what many people consider fight of the year candidate, which he absolutely was and is. A record of 30 wins, 4 losses with 17 knockouts. Former welterweight champion of the world. Is an analyst on Fox, PBC on Fox. I've worked with him now a few times, and probably more than anybody else, of course. And he's gonna have a great, bright future in announcing when it's all said and done. He's gonna be able to do whatever he wants when his career is done.
So
Because not only is he a terrific athlete, he's a terrific person, great personality, great smile, just a wonderful person. My friend and former champion of the world, Shawn Showtime Porter. Showtime!
Showtime, you there?
It's Showtime!
I'm here.
All
I'll
right.
tell you what, Ray Ray, you say former one time. Next time I see you, I'm gonna give you one.
That's it.
Yeah, he's a
well,
former.
You know what?
He's a former.
No, you know what? Sean, I got to tell you, Drew, I do got to apologize for that because when people say former champion, and I just say, no, well, yeah, I'm not fighting now. They say, just say champion. He's a champion. The champion.
Is it-
the
is that-
champion
is
don't
it
never go away.
once a champ, always a champ?
Once champion, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's like president. When you
Yeah,
get the
once you're
president,
president,
when you
you're
leave the
president.
president, you're still president.
Gotcha.
Mr. President.
Gotcha.
So when you leave, Sean, I'm people say, hey, champ, that's a beautiful feeling. That really is.
Yeah.
When people still call me champ.
It is.
And it's
Yeah,
and it's like
it
the
is.
president. You still call Mr. President.
That's right.
So
Are you 33-1 or 30-4?
No.
Just we want to be accurate. What's your record?
I believe my record is 33-1. I do
Okay.
have one draw.
You got a draw. All right. Just want to make sure.
30,
Yeah.
33 and
33. I'm sorry, my
That's
bad,
okay.
my bad.
I just wanna
30
make sure.
wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Yeah, okay.
All right.
There we go with 17 knockouts.
He's coming from Las Vegas. He's
Sure.
in Las Vegas.
Yes. Now, Sean, Showtime. But now, Sean, what have you been doing? You in the gym training for not a specific fight, but just keeping yourself together, right? Just
Or are you just eating the buffets?
because
out
you're a
there?
gym
What are you
rat.
doing?
I just got home. All right, so here's the scoop. I just got home from my track workout.
Okay.
I got to go back out in a couple hours and get one more workout in at the boxing gym. When you guys called me to do the sound check and all that kind of stuff, I was actually in the shower, and my fiance was holding the phone while I was
That's
taking a shower.
why you had to echo. That's why he was on.
Yeah. I feel like we're interrupted.
Yeah, Ray, I'm not positive that if I sent you my invitation or not to the wedding, but we'll be getting married in a couple of weeks.
I know. I heard,
Where?
And
yeah, in Vegas.
In
yeah.
Vegas?
Yeah, out here in Vegas. Yeah, so we're actually about to go do our food tasting now. So
Well,
I'm double booked.
Well, let me just say, I met your fiance, and she's a lovely, lovely woman. And that's, I expect
thank you.
you're a class guy, and you're a wonderful guy. So I expected 2 lovely people being married. That's what you want to see. 2 beautiful people being married. It makes for a beautiful life.
Are you going to have any
Yeah.
Elvises at the wedding or anything
No,
cool
don't
like
do
that?
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
No,
Yeah.
no,
What?
we're
Tell him,
you
Sean,
know,
there's an
I'm
actual
like
wedding.
Ray, people from Northeast Ohio,
Uh-huh.
we are classy, top-notch people. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a classy, top-notch
Yeah,
wedding.
That
Yeah.
rules out
Just
the
like Ray did
bachelor
back
party
in the
I
day.
was hoping
Yeah,
for.
that's it, man. Just nice wedding, lovely people. No gimmicks. The Elvis impersonators, and come on, man.
checking, it's
I mean,
Vegas.
look, I gotta say this, Sean. I've said this. Anybody gets married in Vegas at the Elvis chapel with Elvis as your best man. It's not
gonna work,
long.
is
It's
it?
not. It's kind of doomed from the beginning. Kind of doomed from the beginning. Jesus. And-
Ray, you'll appreciate this, Ray. We're having we're gonna be doing karaoke at the wedding.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
Oh, Sean's a
Let's
karaoke
make sure we get a
king.
song in.
Sean's a karaoke king.
Is that right?
When we were out there for the fight before that, he invited everybody at karaoke. I didn't get to go because I had some friends out
He
there.
loves singing.
He went to karaoke, and everyone told he's a karaoke king.
What's
Sean
your
loves
go-to?
karaoke.
Sean,
and
what's your go-to song?
The go-to song right now has been New Edition.
Mr. Telephone
Can You Stand the
Man?
Rain?
No. Oh,
Yeah.
can you?
You know it, Ray.
Can you hear the rain? Can you hear the rain?
That one?
That one. Something like that.
Can
Sean saying.
you
Well, let him do it.
stand the rain?
Well,
Yeah.
Sean
Yeah,
saying,
Ray, so
well,
that's
Sean
what we're
saying,
gonna sing when
Sean
we
saying,
come
yeah, not like that, Ray, but something like that. Not quite
was
like
hoping
that.
he would
Hey, but I can't do everybody, man. I know the songs, but man, I can't hold a tune to save my life. If you want to clear out a room, let me get up there and start singing. People don't run for it; they start diving for the door. They dive for the door. Oh man, but it don't stop.
Hey, Ray, so-
yeah, go ahead.
Ray, I heard you say, and I love the way you put this. I might use this on TV. You said one guy did a little, and the other guy did even less.
Yeah. No, what?
I
Did you watch
think
that?
That's exactly how the fight went.
But
this
yeah,
weekend.
Sean, look, I tell you, I'm a lover of fighters, but Andy, he's one of our fighters. He's a lovely guy. Really, you want to say, but I was so, and Sean, here's the thing, the fact. Andy Reid Andy's not a svelte guy as it is, and he weighed 282. When I heard that, I said, that ain't good. But you know what? I didn't want to give him any. Look, if the brother brings it, he brings it. He could still bring it. He still got fast hands. But my man did absolutely nothing. And you know what? Here's the thing, Sean. I'm a firm look. You got to learn how to cut off the ring. when Angelo Dundee used to say, when the guy's playing Ring Around the Rosie, that's all he did. Andy was following him, playing Ring Around the Rosie. Murphy Griffiths, you used to tell me how to walk a guy down. You walk over to his right, make him go to his left. You walk him down in a Z formation, then to your corner him. Andy did nothing, and I'm so disappointed. But here's the thing after that, and it bothered me. It bothered me because Andy got on, and he got on social media, and he gave the mea culpa. I just want to apologize to my fans. And I know he felt bad. I want to apologize to my fans. I'm sorry I let you down. But this is what he said. Next time, I'll take it more serious, and I'll train harder. How the hell can you not take the heavyweight championship of the world serious? Are you shitting me? Come on, man. Stop.
I don't buy it.
No.
Yeah.
No, Shawn, that's what bothers me. Now, you're a gym rat. You're always, I tell you, you never cheat the fans. You always and that's all you want. The fans expect when they see people, you know what you're buying. I will hope when they saw me fight, they know what they're buying. They know when they see you fight, they know what they're buying. They know they're going to get guys in shape, respects the sport, and going to give them an action pack, coming and bringing it every time. You know that. Andy, you apologize for not taking it serious. That bothered me. You're fighting. You're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're fighting for the heavyweight champion of the world to defend it. You made another good payday. He made a good first one when he fought for the title. Second payday, he made a nice payday. You got a chance to set for the rest of your children's, grandchildren's life, and you don't take it serious. And then says,
Ray, listen.
Oh my God.
Listen, Ray. And this is where I sit. I sit in a position where I feel like not only am I doing what I do for myself, for my family, to feed my family, take care of my family, all that kind of stuff, my legacy, all that.
Yes.
I'm also doing this for the future of boxing.
Yes.
What I do now, what me and Errol Spence did just a couple of months ago.
Unbelievable.
That was for boxing.
Yeah.
That was for people to say boxing is great. Boxing has guys that hit hard, that are fast, that are going to give it all they got, that are going to make adjustments. I mean, when you watch a fight like Errol Spence versus Showtime Shawn Porter, if you are a fan of boxing, you enjoyed it. If you are not a fan of boxing, you enjoyed it. If this was your first match that you ever attended, you enjoyed. There was no way you weren't going to enjoy it, and it was because myself and Errol Spence do what all these guys should do, which is prepare for war and give it all we got and enjoy doing it. And that was what we didn't get from Andy Ruiz, which was very disappointing.
Well, you know, and that's the thing, and all these Englishmen, and I didn't put it down. I'm not big on social media, but a lot of times after fights, I put stuff out there because you got to call people out. And Anthony Joshua, he's prosing, he's posing, he's primping, and I'm saying you did shit. You didn't do nothing. You did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You stuck out, but the other guy did less. So there you go.
How much? Well, let me ask you this, you guys, and you.
Well,
you
wait,
both
let me. And I just want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to say, Shawn Porter and Errol Spence put on a fight of the year. I do want to talk about Shawn real fast, but a fight of the year candidate. It was in September 28th, pay-per-view on Fox, and Errol was a favorite of that fight. But Shawn, I admired you at the weigh-in. I admired you at the press conference. You're very classy at those. I used to try to be because. Like guys used to try to disparage me and make remarks, and I used to laugh, say, man, when the bell rings, you're going to see me all night long. It don't matter what you say.
Yeah.
You're going to see me all night long, and you're that type of fighter. And Errol was but that's mind games, of course, he's trying to play, because Errol's a good guy. He's a good brother. But you two put on a show, but you gave him everything, anybody. You were in his chest. You were a junkyard dog in that fight, and the people, as you said, the fans benefited because both guys came prepared, top shape, and I was so proud of what you accomplished and what you did. And a lot of people thought you won the fight. A lot of people thought you won the fight, including and that's the thing. That's the question. It was controversial. It wasn't no clear-cut win for anybody, and certainly not Errol. And so I know afterwards they had been talking about a possible rematch down the road, but then, of course, less than a month later, he got in a car accident. I don't know if he'll ever fight again. And if he does, he's never going to be the same. So that's kind of, went out the window there. But,
yeah, I agree. I think if he even if he does step in the ring again, I don't think he's going to be the same. I think that, the time that it's going to take for him to heal physically, mentally,
right,
emotionally, psychologically from what he's just been through. I think it's a lot to come back from. You know, we've seen it in the past. We've seen guys come back
Yeah,
from things,
but
especially even car accidents. But this one is different.
right, and between and the cast of welterweights that are there now with you and Danny Garcia, Mike Garcia, and of course our Keith Thurman. You guys are gonna be moving on, and you can make probably a lot of you ain't gonna be fighting at the time by the time he comes back. So, and the fight they were talking about, another fight they were talking about was, since he ain't doing it, I'd like to see you do it because I know you give him hell. Is Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford's a bad boy, but you guys, you and him would be able to fight. And I tell you what, you'd be up in his chest because he ain't stronger than an arrow, and he ain't a better puncher than an arrow. That would be the fight they should try to make because they were talking about him and arrow.
I do.
I
do think that would. Yeah. I do think that be right. I do know that it's been said publicly that him and I do have a friendship, and if that was a line that we wanted to cross, it would be between him and I. He's got a fight, I think, this weekend or next weekend.
Next weekend.
So,
next weekend. And he can fight.
Yeah,
and he's a good guy. And Terrence is a good guy. And so why not make it? Because him and Spence ain't happening because they were talking about them two. That ain't happening. But no, I think actually you and Terrence would be a better fight. Stylistically, it's a better fight because you're a junkyard dog, man. You'll beat his chest. Where him and Errol would have been a stylistic matchup. Anyway,
yeah.
Okay, Mike. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have like 72 questions, but I'll start with this one, and you can answer this one too, Ray. But Shawn, how much of a duty do you have as a boxer to put on a show? Because the bottom line is you're paid to win. You're not really paid to put on a show.
No.
Or am I wrong on that?
How
much of a duty?
You're paid to win, but this is what I'm realizing, especially leading up to the fight with Errol Spence, which I think made the fight more special for me. I recognize that I'm an entertainer just as much as I am an athlete or a boxer that's paid to win. I'm paid to entertain as well.
That's right.
And just like those football players and those NBA players get on court and field every other day, some of them, they go out there and they entertain us. Not only do we look forward to the Browns winning or the Patriots winning, we look forward to being entertained. We look forward to the big touchdowns, the long bombs, the interceptions, return for touchdowns, things like that. And so I took that into mind when I was getting in the ring with Errol Spence. I said, you know what? I'm just as much an entertainer as I am a fighter that's supposed to win this fight. And I decided, you know what? When I go out there, I'm going to do everything I can to win this fight. But I'm going to take some chances. I'm going to do things that no one's ever done to Errol Spence. I'm going to make this fight exciting. And, that's what my mindset was going into the fight.
And
Agreed.
you did. You took chances. You have to. I appreciate Shawn saying that because you're right. We are entertainers. And I tell people, Mike, you said it's about winning. I always tell people you have an obligation. One is to win for yourself, but two, it's how you win.
It is.
It's how you win. You look. Perfect example. Guillermo Rigondeaux, one of the most proficient fighters in amateurs, turned pro from Cuba. He won a featherweight title on HBO. You never saw him on HBO again. Why? Because he stunk the joint out. Nobody wants to see his style. He stinks. Stylistically, I mean, not. He's a great fighter. He got talent. Stylistically, it's terrible. There's no action. He tries to counter you. He'll beat you, but there's no action. He doesn't get that you have an obligation to the fans. That's a fight. Shawn gets it. You have an obligation to the fans to win first for yourself and your family.
Right.
So, how you win, to put on a show. If you're getting paid to put on a performance, you got to put on a performance. And that's what people don't get. Fighters don't get that, and that bothers you. But the fighters from the Eastern Bloc, they get that. The Russians, the Romanians, those guys, they get it. They know they're in a capitalist country now, not in a communist country. They get it. The Cubans ain't got it yet.
And if you're a high-flying, like if you have a good style, you'll get more fights?
Yeah.
And better
people
fights?
want to see. People want to see Shawn Porter. Showtime Shawn. He puts on a show.
Yeah.
People want to see.
I think, tell me if I'm wrong, Ray, but I think that's what gets in the way of these English fighters that try to come over here and it never really works out for them more times than not. I think that they get caught up in trying to be entertainers and make fights interesting and exciting, and they don't know how to do that, and they get caught. They get knocked out. They may win one or two,
Right.
and then after that their career's going down. I think it's because they get caught up in trying to entertain and be exciting and be fan friendly. I think that being fan friendly in the ring is something that you're born with.
That's right.
If you're not born with it, it's something that you learn along the way.
You
I don't think it's something
absolutely.
you just wake up and you're 25th match. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna be exciting. It's something you're either born with or you learn along the way. You can't just wake up in the middle of the night and think, oh, I'm gonna be an exciting, entertaining fighter, and it just comes to you like that.
Well, Sean, you said it. I tell people it's like a guy who's a puncher. You can't develop. You can't gain punching power. You can gain strength, but you're either a born puncher or you're not. Same thing with a chin. Either you got the chin or you don't. You can't develop a chin. It's like heart. You either have heart or you don't have heart. So the things that it takes to be a great fighter, a lot of heart, a good chin, and a good punch, you're born with that. Fighters are born. They're not made. I've said that repeatedly. I'm a firm believer. Fighters are born. You don't, Sean, how many times I tell people, when people say, oh, I was thinking about becoming a fighter, I said, no, then do something else. Because fighting comes to you. You don't got to think about it. I tell people, boxing picks you. You don't pick boxing. You're born with that innate. It's like I tell people when you go pick an animal at the dog at the pound, the dog picks you. You don't pick the dog. Dog, it'll come to you. Same thing, fighter. You're born with that innate ability. You're born athlete. Like you're a terrific athlete, Sean, but you were a guy who's going to be at. You're an athlete who's going to perform. I was an athlete, but I want. But you perform, you put on a show. I played football. I wanted to hit people. I wasn't going to sit back or don't play football. And even when I play basketball, I'm hitting people.
Yeah.
So
how did you pick boxing instead of football? Because you could have played in college, right?
Yeah, he could have. Sean, he said you could have played.
I could have. For me, it was really just a decision that was based all around how I would be. Where I would be most successful. Yeah, thank you. For me, it was where I would be most successful. So, for those that don't know, I actually played ball for two different high schools, and both those high schools that I attended were 5-5 teams, 4 and 6 teams. It took time when it came. I said, you know what, boxing, I can. What I control 10 other guys playing as hard as I play.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of football is also the part I hated the most. I love the camaraderie. I love the team. But I hated that I didn't know whether those 8 or 9 or 10 guys were giving it as much as I was giving it. And I was like, I came to my dad and I said, you know what? I can control boxing. I can control my fate. I know what's going to happen. I said, we know what's going to happen when I get in the ring. We don't know what's going to happen when I get on the football field.
That's right.
And my dad said, my dad said, all right, if that's what you want to do, then we'll do it. And that was really how I decided whether or not I would play boxing. But to go back to what Ray said, boxing picks you. You don't pick boxing. So yeah, I decided to box, but things like being competitive, things like having a spirit not to stop, or having a drive to win, getting hit and understanding, what's going to happen when you get hit, and, how to make somebody avoid punches and things like that. Boxing really did choose me in a lot of ways, and I'm glad that this is what I decided I would allow to control my life and my destiny.
Let me ask you about your style a little bit, because Ray talks about how you get inside and get up on the guy's chest. Did you kind of develop it that way, or was there a trainer that pushed you in that direction because he thought you'd be better at that, or how did that style come about?
Well, his father's his
what?
trainer.
Yeah.
His father's his trainer.
Yeah, you know what, Ray? When I started pressuring guys and I saw that they couldn't handle it, I saw that it made guys very uncomfortable, and I saw that it was tough. And not only is it tough for those guys, it's also tough for me to do. But understanding what that kind of style, what it would do to other guys, knowing that at the end my hand would be raised, I started to do it more and more. And the more and more I did it, I saw that it gave more and more people trouble, and it kind of became who I am. And I pride myself on punching without stopping. I pride myself on, walking through guys' toughest shots and letting them know that I'm relentless and I'm not going to stop. That's where I pride myself on. So I think it just kind of it transformed, really.
It is, as you should, because I'll tell you the truth. A lot of people didn't think you would be able to take Errol's punches, and you not only took them, you walked through them. Just what that's a good way of putting them. And I'm going to tell you what, you took his heart away a little bit. I don't care what they say. As a fighter, I know when you're walking through guys' punches, you're taking his heart away little by little. But he's a warrior too.
And guess what, Ray? I said that in this fight, experience would show up, and I've actually had that experience when I was hitting the guy with my toughest, hardest shots, and he was walking right at me, wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
And I remember thinking to myself, what's going on?
Right.
Am I going to be able to beat this guy?
Yeah.
I remember having that thought in the ring. And then I remember, like, towards the end of that fight, I said, no, I'm going to beat this guy. I ended up getting a draw against Julio Diaz. We rematched, and then I beat him. And I remember having that moment in the ring, and I said, you know what? I'm never going to have that moment again. And so when it came time for me to fight Errol Spence, I said, you know what? I'm gonna present that moment to him, and he's never had that moment before.
No,
and when that moment comes up, he's not gonna know how to deal with it. And I agree with you, Ray. I think in some ways I did take his heart, and I really challenged him in ways he's never been challenged.
And
before.
that's true. Now he'll be a better fighter because of that if he ever comes back to fight. God forbid, God willing. But you did. I said that 35. I said he's taking his heart away little by little because he expected to get Shawn out of here long before this, but he can't. And that's what he could. And you not only took a shot, you walked through him. That's hard on a guy, man.
Shawn? Are you over that fight yet, or is it still? Does it bother you, or did you feel like, hey, I did the best I could, and I'm good with it, or how do you feel about it right now?
No, Shawn wants to do round 13. Round 13.
It's definitely lingering. We talked about it yesterday. I told my coach Wade was in the gym with me, and what I told Wade, that I regretted not taking some of the right movements that we had practiced on. I didn't use some of those movements, and I said, you know what, that didn't show up enough in the ring. What's up, man?
Shawn, it's funny when I suffered my first loss against Aguayo, and people talk about what a great fight it was. And I said, yeah, I'm not proud of it. Experience won out. His experience won out. When I watch the fight now, that bothers me is that's what experience does. Little by little, as the rounds, I was in his chest, for the first 5 rounds. Little by little, he started separating himself from me, and I never noticed that until at the end when I got caught at the end of the 12th round with the right hand, and because I made him miss 100 right hands. But he kept separating himself little by little, and I used to be on his chest. And little by little, you could see I'm a little farther back, and then he found the distance with that right hand. And that's an experience thing I found out. And you don't realize that, and you get mad at yourself. But I tell people, it's hard when you're in the ring. You don't realize those things. It's your corner people that tell you got to close the distance, Ray. You got to close the distance, Shawn. They're the ones who are telling you that. And even though they're telling you that, you have to do it. It's hard to implement those things in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, I just remember one of those things that we had worked on in the gym, Ray. You I'm sure you know something about it. Is doubling up with both hands.
Both hands, yeah.
Normally we'll throw a double jab in the right hand, but what about a jab and a double right hand?
Mm-hmm.
And that second punch is the punch that not many guys expect, and that's usually that punch that lands. And I was hitting the bag yesterday, and I was telling Wade, you know what? I hate that I didn't double up with my right hand more and throw double right hands or 2 hooks to the 2 right hands, 2 right hooks, and then 2 left hooks, and really. Mix it up more, and that was, there's always going to be something.
Right, you're going to question yourself.
In a win or a loss, definitely a loss that you're going to think about and meditate on and regret.
Right.
Wish you had another chance and stuff like that.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, when the fight is as exciting as it was, and, you did just about all you could do, it's really not much you live with in terms of regretting.
But a funny thing you say that, Shawn, that double right hand, when you did use it, you caught him with it every time. You caught him with it every time. Because that was, I hadn't seen you throw that before as often, but you threw it a lot during that fight, and you caught him with it every time.
Hey Ray, listen, I just got my food tasting and I gotta get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, we hear it now. We hear people in the background.
You got to come back. You got to come back. I got way
Sean,
more questions for
we're
you.
gonna get you back. I appreciate you
I'll
so
come
much,
back every week, Ray.
I appreciate.
I'll
No,
come back every week.
I won't be like the mother. I won't be like the mother-in-law who won't leave. But I'm gonna bother you again sometime. But I can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you, my brother. I truly appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
Love you, Ray.
Same
We'll
here,
talk
brother.
soon.
Same
Okay.
here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How about that?
Do you think? And I want to. This
Well,
was going to be my
I want to
next
say how much I
question.
appreciate him doing that.
Oh, he's got a million things going on.
Go into what he gives.
Anybody that's ever gotten married knows that it is a hectic time.
And you ain't gonna meet. I'm gonna tell this. You ain't gonna meet a classier person. And I'm gonna tell a story about me and him in a second. But you ain't gonna tell a classier person than this guy right here, and a more wonderful person, and happy. He always got a smile on his face. People, when he does commentary, the guys at Fox, when they did, before I did commentary, I do it with every one of the fighters. They want to give them all a chance, but I guess they auditioned these guys, and they narrowed it down to 3. And Shawn was the top choice.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
he's a
cool.
natural for it, and I think that's where he's going to be headed when it's all said and done. But go ahead, Mike. Tell me your story now.
Well, I don't have a story. My next question to him was going to be, do you think they got that decision correct, or does he think he won that fight?
Oh, absolutely.
That was going to be my
No,
question.
he absolutely.
I feel like he's resigned to the fact that he didn't do enough to win it. It sounded from just hearing him. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think he thinks he won the fight because I don't think he disputes that he won the fight. I just think you could have made it more clear. Maybe turn the other judges.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks he won the fight, but maybe if I'd have done more of this, they would have saw I clearly won the fight.
That makes sense.
And I understand that, I actually, it was a pick'em fight. Errol, fought his ass, but Shawn was hitting him some shots. Errol never got hit like that. Mm-hmm. And Shawn was in his chest, pushing him back to, at the end of the fight, Shawn was coming on, and Errol throw more punches than Errol. So it was one of them fights you go, wow. I mean, it was a pick-em fight. I don't like watch it and judging. I'm not that judging as a watch.
Yeah.
I just watch the fight.
You're not scoring it
Scoring, right.
and all that stuff.
But Shawn was pushing back, and nobody did it to Errol.
He had a year. I mean, he won a fight against Ugas. That was close.
Well, no, because that's the story I'm going to tell.
And you went the other direction on that. And then he lost a fight that was close.
I said he beat Ugas. Now, Shawn, I worked with Shawn. Let me tell you a story. I worked with him. This was last year. Shawn fought Uranus Ugas March.
Yeah.
From Cuba. And it was in Vegas. And I'm sorry, it wasn't in Vegas, it was in L.A. It was like in the Carson Center. I think it was in Carson, down in Carson, at the Home Depot Center. And they came to me, and I've learned, and look, I'm a commentator. I've learned one reason I think people like what I do or why I was hired is because I talk as an everyday fan. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm one of the guys that I throw stuff at the TV. I still do. I do. I throw pillows at the TV. I throw things when I'm aggravated, when I don't hear what I want to hear, when I don't hear the commentator saying what I think they should be saying. Mm-hmm. So I talk like that. And they said after the fight, I thought Shawn lost the fight only because I thought he was winning. But Ugas started coming at the end, and Shawn was boxing. When Shawn's an aggressive guy, Ugas couldn't handle his pressure. I don't think Ugas would have been able to handle the pressure, but Shawn chose to box him. Mm-hmm. He went. Now, Shawn hit him clear enough shots, but I thought Ugas was coming on, and I just thought he got the decision. He asked me, and I said, yeah, I thought Shawn lost. And that's a no knock on him.
No, it wasn't disrespectful.
Just
your opinion.
Well, we worked. They said, well, you work with Shawn next week.
Right.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Did he know that you said that he?
Oh yeah, of course he watched the fight, listened to the fight.
I just want to make sure.
So we saw, he wasn't very warm to me at first, and I got it. And I said, I understand.
Sure.
But he's a professional, and as the night went on, we started doing our thing, and then we never brought it up again. Mm. I said to him. And I said, no, I did talk. We did talk about it after. I said, Shawn, I said, and he was, I said, Shawn, I understand. I said, but I said, I'm glad you won because you're better for boxing. Boxing's better having Shawn Porter as a champion. Boxing's better having him. That was that particular night. I didn't think he did. But he's a professional. And from that point, it was over. Mm-hmm. And, I love this kid. I genuinely have an affection for him. Now, people, he said to me, yeah, I know Leo Santa Cruz is your favorite fighter. I said, because I put that in my favorite fighter. I said, Shawn, present company excluded, of course. Without present company excluded.
You're really digging a hole with this
But
guy.
I love this kid, man. I love him as a person. more than of a fighter. But as a fighter, you can't help but love him because he gives you everything he's got.
Yeah.
But as a person, he's genuine. I wanted to go into it. We didn't have the time. Him and his father, Kenny, they have a very special bond. They're not the norm, in a sense. I said, I'm trying to think of a word about it. I said, they're the exception, not the norm. Meaning, fathers and sons usually don't work.
Right.
My father told me, and I've said it many times, my father told me when I was a little boy, a father should never be in a son's corner because emotions take over instead of thought process. As a new corner, you got to be thinking, you got to be detached emotionally. So you could be the trainer and think properly. And if the fighter is getting hurt, you stop it. And your fighter, as a father, you can't. I don't think you can. I've seen my kids play games, and my heart jumping
That's
on my
right.
chest. You
That's
know,
right.
so. But the Mayweathers that they go, no, they can't stand each other. They're hating each other. They're calling each other out on Facebook. You know, it was bad. Shane Mosley, we're the exception. We're gonna do well. Then Shane Mosley, he wound up leaving his father too. They had a bad falling out. It got, so many guys. Shane Mosley, a couple other people have done it, and it's gotten ugly. Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter are the exception. There's a genuine love there, a genuine concern, and Shawn trusts his father
trust.
explicitly and
Yes.
completely. And Kenny knows his son better than anybody, which is why fathers say, "I know him better than anybody. Why should I let somebody else train him when I train him?" But this is different, and they have a bond. And Shawn performs with other. It's not even when Kenny talks to him in a way a trainer should talk to a fighter. Shawn doesn't take it personal. That's my trainer talking to me. That's not my father talking to me.
Yeah.
He knows his father loves him unconditionally. He knows his father. They are a special bond. They are the exception, not the rule. I admire what they've accomplished. I admire what they've done. Because I would say again, a father should not be in his son's corner. Shouldn't be. It just doesn't work. 99.9%. That 0.1% is Kenny Porter and Shawn. That's it.
That's good company.
Yeah, man. And
I wonder. I think to myself, he's 32.
yeah,
He's getting married now.
yeah. And a
How
film.
how much longer does he want to do?
You know
it?
what? Shawn's done well with himself.
He's done great.
He's made some
You can't
nice,
do much
made
better
some
than the
good
guy's
money.
done.
He's made money.
Right.
He's one of the top guys on PBC, and Al Heyman pays his fighters well, pays his top dogs
Yeah.
well.
But you're
and Shawn's,
playing with fire every time
but-
you walk in there.
Yeah, and he knows it. And Shawn's and got a lot of big guys there, and he's fought them all. I don't think anybody's has the resume that Shawn Porter has. He's fought every guy. The kid, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. He fought Paulie Malignaggi.
Can't name a guy.
He fought everybody. Sean Spence, Errol Spence.
That's what I'm saying.
All those guys. He fought. He's probably the only one who's fought everyone. Danny Garcia's fought everyone but Errol Spence. Keith Thurman's fought everyone but Errol Spence. Not that they don't want to fight Errol Spence. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
just gotta wait
They
in
just
line.
have it. They just have it. You got the turn. They just haven't got the opportunity. But Sean has. And he fought Adrian Broner. And he fought Kell Brook. And that's who he lost the title to, but he fought them all. He didn't turn on nobody. Kell Brook was actually a junior middleweight, 154, big, strong, and Sean fought him. He don't turn nobody down. This kid, his confidence level and his belief in himself is off the hook. It's off the charts. That's what I love about him. He yells fight anybody, and he's only 5'7". Me and him are the same size, but he's a bulldog.
Right.
His chest is this big, and his heart's even bigger.
Yeah.
So I tell him how much I admire and love this kid as a person, not as a fighter, as a person. But as a fighter, I have a great and love respect for him because he's a great champion, because he gives it to you every time.
How much he sparred with Pacquiao?
Yes, he was. That's how I first met him. I was going down to visit Freddie at the Wild Card Gym in L.A. at Hollywood, which is now the most famous gym in the country. And I had heard he was Shawn Porter. And I know the name from locally. I had heard the name for years.
read in the
Never met him.
papers.
Well, I was in the gym, and then also I get a tap on the shoulder, and it's Kenny Porter. Hey, boom, Kenny Porter. I'm from. Oh, hey, my son Sean's. And I met Sean, and he was just so gracious and warm to me. And that's how I made his bones. He was a top sparring partner for Pacquiao because he gave Pacquiao everything and anything he wanted.
Yeah, how much can you learn from that?
You learn everything.
Is that right?
Oh,
Or are
of
you
course.
just a punching bag sometimes?
No. You learn. You learn when you're fighting the top guy like Manny Pacquiao. And that's when Pacquiao was Pacquiao in his prime.
Yeah.
Sean was one of his sparring partners every time. I had a guy who was with me every fight too. And during my heyday, Joe Hernandez, because he gave me every style I needed. And Sean was that type of guy for Manny.
Yeah.
And so Nah, man, he gained experience you get from being in the ring with the top guy, pound for pound guy in the world, and you're on the way up.
Right.
You can't. It's that experience is immeasurable. That's why he's not afraid to fight anybody. You're not gonna fight Errol Spence. Why wouldn't he? He fought. He did how many hundreds rounds with Manny Pacquiao?
Right.
You know. So, Shawn's a special person. Not only is he a special fighter, but a special person, and that's what I admire about him most. He's getting married. Lovely fiance. They got a baby. The baby's beautiful. They he's got his family with them whenever he travels. And Shawn's known for his what's the word thing? He's a close horse, much like I am. I love that's his hobby. And his spectorial splendor. Spectorial. Is that the word? Spectorial splendor. I don't know. Yes, he's a fashionista, and he comes up. But my brother puts some things together. You go, but on him it works. It works, man. My brother, I love his fashion statement. So we always make the joke, you know. He's the best dressed guy we bring on. Well, besides me,
he's always looking good in his suit.
Oh, he's always he looks lovely. But as of all the fighters, he's the best. There's no doubt. And on camera, he's number 2 behind me. And now, we joke all the time.
Right.
I told him, I said, you're today's flavor. You're young. You got that good look. You can wear it. Me, I'm classic elegance.
Yeah,
I consider
it's a
myself
different
classic
class.
elegance because that's the stuff I would have worn back in the day. I did wear the red shirt, the shirts, the beep, bop, boom. Now I'm a little older. You dress your age. You know, that's your
it's
age.
true.
That's shoe size.
Goes for women and men.
Ain't
too.
that the what's Prince is like, act your age, not your shoe size.
That's right.
That's the Prince used to say in the song, right? I dress my age, not my shoe size.
Do you have a lot of necklaces on at the same time?
I used to have three. I used to have three.
Three.
Shirt button down to here.
All right.
Open shirt. 3. Bing, bing, bing. Oh,
All 3.
And all 3.
Big medallions on them and stuff.
I had the Pride of Youngstown thing that was made for me. I had a ring around my neck. You know.
No horn, Italian horn. Do you have one of those?
I used to back then, but then I didn't because I had my crucifix. I always wear my cross. Gotta go to God with me all the time. It was Pride of Youngstown, and then or something else. So I don't know. Yeah, but it wasn't the horn because I did the horn for a little bit, but then
it's too much. Yeah,
too much. You got the 3. Bing, bing, bing. But Shawn wears it, man. He pulls it off. My brother pulls it off. He pulls it off.
I find it interesting that he doesn't have a fight scheduled at all. See, he's got, and let me finish this. Yeah. He's got no fight scheduled.
No.
He's got a tasting today. He's got 1,000 things going on. He's already been to the track once. Remember, there are 3 behind us. He's already been to the track once, and he's going to go back and do another workout later today.
Because he's a gym rat. Like I said, he's always
You
keeps
gotta
himself in
love
shape.
it.
He respects the game, which we talked about earlier. And I love Andy Ruiz as a fighter, as a person. I met, he's great. But man, Andy, brother, I love you, man. But you won me over when I saw you the first time I saw you.
Isn't that
Come
the
on,
trainer's
man.
fault? Doesn't
Well,
the
of
trainer
course
supposed
it's
to kick him in the ass?
But when the fighter's making millions of money and you're paying on his payroll, but that's they say, well, how you could tell if well, that's your job as a trainer.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care if you should make the most money. You're in there putting yourself online. But as my job as a trainer to get your ass ready.
That's right.
And your ass ain't ready.
That's right.
But you can't be eating menudo with him, every morning, eating the Taco Bell, baby. You can't be doing that stuff with him. I'm not trying to get. I'm making a joke, please, because I don't want to hear all my primos.
Oh, he hates his fist, man.
Man, that's not good, man. You're racist. No, please. My kids are Cubans, so forget it. My kids are primos too. So anyhow,
but that's what I'm saying.
But you know what I'm saying. You can't be like you can't be like your lecturer. He's 260 as it was when he won the title. You can't go up to 282. It ain't like, come on, brother. And even if you do it to 282, Andy, let your hands go, man. Look. He needs to be taught. Randy, I'm telling you, as a fun fighter, I love you, man. As a fighter, you got to learn to cut off the ring. That you got to learn. You can't play ring around Rosie. You can't ring around Rosie when you're following the guy. That's ring around. Joshua had nothing for you. He had nothing for you. I mean, strong guy, but you would have beat him again. Let your hands go. Learn to cut off the ring. Pin him on the ropes. You walk him down in a Z formation. This way. Over here. And pin him on the rope. Bang that end and stay there, man. And they know he's going to tie you up. Joshua didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. But you did less. You did less. Come on, man. Anyway, I love Andy Ruiz, man. I think, but I was so disappointed in that. Yes, John, what were you going to say, bro? Oh, yes, you were going to say?
Yeah.
You know, I thought you were going to throw in your.
He's enjoying
throwing.
Do you think he
Fred,
went?
drop dead Fred. You want to comment? I mean, I'm asking anybody.
Oh, do you think he
Jab
went
and
that
Jeff,
way?
Jab and Jeff got nothing to say. No, we got nothing to say. They let me know when I ain't doing. They let me know when
they don't mind
they'll let you
telling
know
you.
when you're
No,
done.
they don't mind
Ray.
telling you.
Do
Yeah.
something, man. You ain't doing nothing. But now I'm trying to talk. I'm just letting you jump in. All right, okay.
Do you think he went that way because he had to, like, he was just trying to extend the fight? And he wasn't
No.
prepared for it. Ruiz?
No, and he could, I think at some point knew he couldn't do it more than what he was doing, so he was going to finish the fight.
Yeah.
Bruno.
That's what I'm saying.
Bruno. Joshua wasn't going to take him out. Joshua wasn't going to, engage.
Is there anything worse than two fat, slow heavyweights?
And
watching them?
and Anthony Joshua is supposed to be built like Body Beautiful, but you don't want to engage. It'll tie you up. Hey, let me tell you something. Fighters, anybody listen to them.
Go this camera right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, you're on this one.
But I'm talking. This is our master, right?
All right,
I'm talking to my. Okay, I'll do my single.
That's too close.
I'm cutting
Yeah,
your
one
ass
shot.
up. Cutting
One
your
shot.
ass.
That's
You're
fine.
right. You're right.
Good.
One shot. One just to know what you know. What one.
Eminem called.
Yeah. Eminem called. He's suing Nick Cannon. I just read it today.
Oh, I heard that.
He's suing Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon made some disparaging remarks. Anyhow,
Feelings hurt.
people, look, man. As a fighter, man, respect. You won the world title. Jesus, man, respect it as a champion. Respect it. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you come from the barrio, the hood, whatever. Have respect for the championship once you win it, man. Whatever respect with the sport. That's your chance to get out, to have your dreams come true, to set your life for the future, for the rest of your life. You don't got to do nothing. Put your money where, let your money work for you. You can set up for your kids, your grandkids. Man, come on, Andy, you're a heavyweight. You could have made more money. That first Mexican heavyweight, come on, man.
Do you think he's hearing it from his fans and his family?
Oh,
and
my,
stuff?
he's gone on social media and he apologized to him. So obviously he felt it.
He's got to be feeling.
He felt
it,
that
right?
he let him down. He said, "I felt it." No, I don't. You don't let your fans down when you go out there and perform. You don't let your fans down by losing. No, you put your heart on the line. You let your fans down when you disrespect the sport. You let your fans down when you don't respect the championship like you should have, and you don't train like you should have. That's respecting the sport and the title. That's when you let your fans down. So in that case, he was right. He should apologize, because not for losing, not for not performing the way he should have as a champion.
How is it that a boxer can train for a fight? We're training for a fight, so we're in the gym every day, right? You don't take a break when you're training for a fight, and you gain 25 pounds. How is that even possible?
Some guys do it. If you, like I said, you eat like you go on electric chair.
Is that how?
That's how. It's
There's
only
no other
eating.
way to do it,
No,
right?
when you're an athlete, you don't all of a sudden gain muscle. You gain.
No, that's not muscle.
You're eating. That's why when you guys, and then they have to train down. Come on. That's why look, Andy is a terrific fighter, good person. He's going to be back. He'll be back stronger than ever. I know he'll be back. He'll be successful. I just
don't
don't
want
know.
to pile on.
No,
I'm just
but
saying-
I don't know if he's going to get. He's not. But if I'm Joshua, I ain't fighting him again. I got it back. I'm moving on. That's one thing my trainer taught me. My manager. Beat the guy, unless it was a controversial the first fight. You move on. You don't.
Right. Well,
move
nobody's
on,
going to
'cause
want
they
to
say
pay
they
to
want
see that.
Everybody
again.
wants to see you. Right. Nobody's going to pay to see it again.
That's right.
So you move on. And Joshua's talking about him. The winner of Wilder Fury will fight Joshua. So that's the fight. But anyhow, but you're right. Right. How do you gain 25 pounds? By eating.
That's like when you see like a fat basketball player.
You
They're
know,
like, you run up and down the court for 2 hours every single day. How in the world can you be heavy?
Look, you don't. By you could gain weight easily. Losing is much harder. As we know.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
But to put on 20-something pounds and keep it on,
It's hard.
it's difficult, man. You got to eat you're a double threat. Knife, fork, and spoon. Triple threat. Knife, fork, and spoon. You're two-fisted attack. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's and you're drinking the cerveza, man.
Yeah.
Drinking things you shouldn't be drinking. That's how you keep it. It's caloric intake. So if you're putting in the X amount of because
Yeah, it's
you
all
burn
science.
it off, but it's how much more caloric intake than your normal
Than you're
caloric
burning
intake
off.
that you're burning off, that you ain't burning off. How
what I'm
much more?
saying.
How much more do you got to eat?
Right.
Come on, man. I said I don't want to jump on. I love Andy Ruiz as a fighter. He's a good guy. He's a good person. And I know he feels bad. I'm not trying to make it bad. I know he feels bad. And knowing how he fought, not only how he didn't fight, I should say, and letting the fans, that's pain enough. Trust me, I know.
He's got a whole
But I
country
just-
behind him. That's what hurts.
It's just respect the sport, and go in and put it on the line. Nobody's going to mind you lose if you put it on the line. No, if you come in and do it in the best you can. That wasn't your best, Andy, and you know it, and we all know it. And that's all. But that's, as you said, it's a learning process. Yeah, it is, but that's something that should have been learned a long time ago.
Let me ask you, let's go back for a second, this Charo fight that's coming up.
Coming
and we
up,
talked about the press conferences.
Yeah.
And we talked about being an entertainer.
Yeah.
Do you have to, when you go to these press conferences, should you be a little more engaging, entertaining? Or not you. I don't mean you.
No, the press conference.
Should you make it fun like that?
They say that, no. If the press conference is better than a fight, that's not good.
No.
If people remember the press conference long more than a minute.
Yeah.
But the reason why this press
But
conference
you're there to promote the fight.
But these guys didn't have to. They genuinely can't stand each other. Genuinely hate each other. Generally bad blood. Saying things, and disparaging remarks. So having them across from each other when they did the face-off at the Fox Studios, I don't know how they did that without these guys reaching over the table for each other. It's gonna be a war, man. I got to know both guys. Tony's a good brother. I like them both. I mean, I've gotten to be friends with every fighter because they work with me. Good guys, man. I like them all. And I think I'm not picking a winner because I think it's going to be – I know how bad they want it. I know how bad both of them want it. I know how bad both of them can't stand each other. And they both have they feel they have the secret to beat each other because Tony was a headache for Charlo the first fight. He won a decision. Everyone thought that Charlo outworked him at the end. And that's, I think, Tony realized he's going to have to pick up the pace of how many more punches he throws. But that's punch output. And I'm sure he worked on it. And Jamel knows that, hey, man, I'm not going to leave it in doubt for anybody. I'm going at him. I'm trying to take him out next time. I try to take him out. I'm going to go out there and leave no doubt. So punch output again. So it's going to be punches and bunches by both guys. The difference is, I think, is both of the guys have a high boxing IQ, very smart, both fighters. It's going to come down to styles. And both guys stylistically are wrong for each other. The pressure is not good for Tony, and stylistically, Tony's not right for Jamel. So it's a great fight, man. It's just gonna, and I said, if it lives up half as much as what the press conference were, we're gonna have a fight of the year candidate. Trust me. So that's
Was there? Was there ever anybody that you just couldn't, like, you hated?
No, yeah, but
or they hated you?
No,
nothing that got under your skin or anything.
Livingston Bramble. Everyone knows that. It was the
Did he say something?
He made some very bad remarks, disparaging remarks.
Like what?
Very bad. I don't want to go into that.
Can't I name one remark?
No.
Was it about your family?
Yeah, I did say something, but that who cares? He made other remarks about it. Just
at a press conference or
at
just
the press
on
conference.
his own? Okay.
No, at a press conference. At the press conference, and so we're at the press conference. And that's, and I told him, and we got to, and then the words were said. And
was he doing it to get you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
No, I know. No, we've gotten to be good friends since.
Okay.
And he said he apologized after Ray. I apologized.
He's just doing it to promote
I
the
knew what he
fight.
was doing it for. I knew what he was. But even then, you don't say some of the things he said.
Okay.
But we were doing the face off, the clip picture, and he started. I said, man, just shut up. So I threw a punch, and I threw a punch at him. Missed them.
At the press conference?
After the press conference,
Yeah.
while we're taking pictures, everyone grabbed us, pulled us apart, and I told him, keep your mouth shut, and he went, and so, make a long story short, I didn't hit him. My manager yelled, what is the matter with you? You hit him, and you hit him, and you could cut him, or you hit him, or hurt your hand, the fight's off.
That's right.
And you don't think. That's what I'm saying. He did what he wanted to. He accomplished his goal. And as a fighter, you should always be in control. You always got to keep your composure. Always. In the ring, out of the ring. I lost my composure, but thank God nothing come about. Fight went on. But that's how stupid it was. You could hurt your hand.
Sure.
You don't in the press conference, and that's why I tell people don't put the fight in the PBC. However, these guys get up close, and I told them, Charlo, here's it. Get someone in between. Do not let them get that close. So
you don't get paid unless there's a
no,
fight,
man,
right?
That's exactly right. That's why. That's the reason why they didn't.
Well,
They
yeah.
both were smart enough to know I ain't getting paid if I want to crack this guy.
Might as well get paid.
But
to hit him.
But that's the only time. But I got afterwards. I understood it. But and he accomplished what he wanted to. He got me out of the thing. And I went to camp a week longer than I normally would, and it that threw me off. It just. But that's it. Camacho was personal. But after the fight, we got it over. Then after that, we became friends. So I think once they get in there, it's over usually. Now, with Charlo Harrison, Hat wasn't. And I don't know if it'll be after this fight. Hopefully, you can bear that shit and move on because, you don't have to worry about every time you run into each other after down the road.
I feel like you're too nice.
Who, me?
Yeah, you ever hear that?
Yeah, well, I am now. I might not, but at that time I was a good guy. I never talk bad about people.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're no good because look, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything because in the ring you're gonna see me, my style. You're gonna see me all night long.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you said. Bell rings, I'm gonna be in your face anyway. So it doesn't matter. You ain't have to prove to me I'm gonna be. Nah, okay.
You always like these guys after the fight.
Always.
Why
Well,
can't there be
well,
one
not-
guy
not-
you're like, you know
not-
what, you son of a beep?
Not that you like him, Mike.
Just tolerate?
You tolerate him.
Okay.
Or you could do. You know what? He's not a bad guy. I know why he said what he said.
Mm-hmm.
It's to build up the fight, or he had built himself up, whatever. But some guys just go too far. But in retrospect, I understand that. I understand. That's why you can't get mad at these guys. The press conference, you should be gentlemen. That's why I like about Shawn. He's always a gentleman, even though Errol tried to get under his skin.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn, why you gotta say stuff like that, man? Just Shawn was a gentleman, and that's it. Because you're just talking about the fight. I used to say, look, I don't have nothing I can say else. When the bell rings, you're gonna see me all night long. We all know how I fight. We all know what I'm gonna do. We'll see how he's gonna react.
Yeah.
And that's it. And people know. And then you don't have to. You're not overselling the fight because the fight should be sold on its own. When you have two guys, when you say, what two fighters? When you say Porter, Spence, you know what kind of fight it's going to be.
Yeah.
When you said Leonard Duran, you know what it was going to be. So that's what I'm saying. So,
I was reading about Porter, and his idol was Hagler,
yeah.
which most people at that time would have picked Leonard, not Hagler.
Right,
I was
right,
wondering
right.
why he would pick of the people he liked the most.
Yeah,
he would pick Marvin Hagler
because Marvin had that determination and that come forward, not that unquestionable.
Yeah, just
desire,
business, just all business.
I'm coming forward. You ain't, you ain't never gonna break me physically, mentally, emotionally.
But the popular pick at the time was Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Yeah, of course.
He's in the commercials.
Yeah,
he's
of
flashy.
course,
He's
yeah.
fun. He's
Of
a
course.
good-looking dude.
And Shawn's even 32, and Floyd's 41, 10 years ahead of him. So most people would say Floyd.
Yeah.
Because and he knows Floyd, and he's friends with Floyd, and I'm sure he might spar with Floyd too. So, Shawn's just good people, and so Dan and his father Kenny, just lovely people.
We'll get him back.
That's
We'll get him back.
I'm glad we got it going, and I'm glad that we got that up this time. And last week we had a little bit of a glitch.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
No.
You're off the air. Oh.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? No, we're gonna come back with our. We were supposed to have last week because somebody screwed up right here. Yeah. And no, we're gonna have
Furio coming back?
Yeah, we're gonna get
Federico?
him back. We're gonna get Furio back. We're gonna get Federico Castelluccio on. I'm not gonna be here next week, so not gonna be next
Do
week.
we have one on Friday? Do we have one Friday?
But, we are having one
Hinchcliffe.
Friday. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. This is why you guys are here.
One of the reasons.
Yeah. Tony Hinchcliffe, comedian, funny cat, from the area, from the Youngstown, Warren, from Liberty.
Yeah.
Well, we say Liberty. That's like kind of, it ain't moaning. No, moaning. Is that moaning or Trumbull County?
It's right on the border.
It's the border, yeah. Well, so I think half Liberty is up in Trumbull and half is in.
Yeah.
So
I was
local
gonna
guy
say
from
Trumbull.
Youngstown, the Liberty section of Youngstown, Tony Hinchcliffe, comedian extraordinaire. I know that because he told me so. And so, funny guy. We have him on Friday. We have a special edition of the Raise Boom Boom Room on Friday with Tony. And we're going to be back here or somewhere else. We can meet him somewhere.
Wherever we want.
Yeah,
Is he coming in?
We're gonna
Is
be
this
here.
is it a live
Yeah.
guest?
Yeah,
Oh, is it here?
Is it-
Oh, Sunrise Inn.
Okay, well, I guess
How
we'll be here
fun.
again.
All right.
How fun is that ride?
Oh my God.
Anyhow, no, I'm teasing. I love the people. Our Sunrise Inn is best. Lovely people. The food off the hook. Kenny Adaris and his crew doing wonderful,
Ray
wonderful
hasn't paid
job.
for one thing here since he's been.
And well, that's why
On
they're
the
wonderful,
Lincoln? It's
wonderful
wonderful.
people.
We love them.
And food's terrific. Now, my guy Stu in the back does a wonderful job. Hooked me up last week, and I'm gonna hit him up again next time I'm here. Yeah, so we're back here on Friday, special edition of Raise Boom Boom Room, because I'm not going to be here next Tuesday. I'll be in L.A. I'm going to do a friend of mine, Paul Carafotis, actor.
We know him.
And, yeah, we had him on. Yeah, and
What are you doing with him?
One who's now being a lot of pub because when Debbie Moore the night before she got married the first time, she had a little bit of affair. Paul was that guy. He was the guy.
What?
Oh yeah.
Why didn't we ask him about
he said,
that?
well, we will.
Okay.
Why would not next time? What's all over? He said, "I'll say."
Hey, that's a good pull
Oh
for
yeah,
him,
man, that's
isn't it?
he's,
I mean,
he's
she's a little bit out of-
blasting it. Paul, you listen. You've been blasting that shit out for the last couple of weeks now.
I mean, as great as Paul is, that's a pretty good pull. Isn't that a little higher than he's,
No.
I mean, he's great.
No, he's a handsome guy, man. He was a good-looking son of a
But
gun. Then he's a good-looking
more.
guy now. But he's married to a Youngstown girl now, so she straightened his ass out. She goes, none of that, no more. And you know, that's
they
a
will.
previous life.
They will.
But Paul's a great guy. So he's got it's a
God,
short.
if I were him, I'd be
it's a
talking
short
about
film.
that every day. How about
It's a
you
short
guys?
film? Yeah.
Hey, remember that one time I was
Put
on
your resume.
Jimmy Moore?
He put it on his resume. You know, and they put, you know, at the end of the resume, you go jobs you did, everything, and then any special features. He's like, and bang Demi Moore.
Right.
He says
June '86 to present. Talked about banging Demi Moore.
Yeah, bang Demi Moore night before a wedding. Hey, can't beat that.
No, that's fantastic.
Anyhow,
you really can't beat that. Like literally, you ain't beating that. Nobody I know.
But
Good for him.
so we're gonna. But I'm out there. A friend of his is gonna do a movie, and I'm gonna do it's a movie short. That
Are you in that part? You got a part?
I got a role. Me and my son. We're gonna do a role playing two detectives.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna be.
Like you guys are together?
I'm gonna play Columbo.
You got a cool
This
car to
thing,
drive
man.
around in or anything like that?
I'm gonna wear the trench coat, and hair
You're not
disheveled.
that detective.
And
you could be like Starsky and Hutch.
On the
You could
side.
be like any
You know,
detective.
I did a thing
There's a
with
lot
Star
of
Sketch. I did a
detectives.
thing from magazine, when men's GQ, not GQ, what GQ, men's fashion magazine, fashion,
Yeah.
whatever. Years ago, me and Robert Patrick did a thing with Starsky and Hutch team. You know Robert Patrick
Yeah.
from Terminator.
And I know the Starsky and Hutch.
And then he did
Very well.
Sopranos. I think he was at Sopranos.
Yeah.
We did it. You know, the Starsky and Hutch theme. I was Starsky.
Is this up for however you want to do it? Can you do this role any way you want?
No, I'm gonna play it anyway. Hey, Paul, I'm the direction from the director,
Uh-huh.
and then go do what I'm
But
gonna
I
do.
mean, can you dress any way you want?
No, I'm gonna. You
get a wig? You get a wig or a mustache?
I flavor, man. Everything pocket hanky.
Oh, you're going that way. The best dressed detectives.
But how about this? My son, right? So there's two characters, the two detectives. So me and my son talking, and he said to me, "Son, Pop, which one are you gonna play?"
Good cop or bad cop?
And I said, "Well, no. I'm giving him the role. I want him to have the most lines. Give him his first reel."
That's nice.
So
That's
no,
what
I
a
said,
dad
"No,
would
you're
do.
gonna play the detective with their names." He said, "Okay." He calls me back just because he's an actor, and these actors do. I don't say I'm an actor because I act like I can act.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I've
He's
acted. I'm an actor of
trained.
life. I'm an actor of life. But I have trained. I am
And
trained.
so is Leonardo.
And he's a trained actor,
Yeah.
right? And so he said, "Pop," he said, "You know what?" He said, "I appreciate you wanting to give me them lines." He said, "But if you read the role, your character," he said, "one's an older cop, one's a younger cop.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the most lines is the older cop who's dictating, not the cop. I'm sorry, not this the other day. He said, "Pop, we're not playing cops, not detectives. We're playing two ruffians. We get
Oh, my
Paul.
God.
We're banging them.
You
No
should know
different.
the
I can
role.
forget. Because I actually just got asked to play.
I like the cop thing
I
better.
actually got asked recently to play me and my son to play cops in another movie.
Okay.
A friend of mine is directing. This is a whole different project. That's
now
why
you
I'm
guys
after.
are
So you know,
tough
we're playing
guys?
two ruffians. Yeah, we're sent as two, they thugs, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Two guys to do a number on this guy, Paul Carefotis' character. So we're playing, and so he said, "Pop, if you read the older character, he's got the lines, but he's the one who's dictating he's the one who's calling the shots. You, as the older man, would be calling the shots. I wouldn't be telling you what to do." I said, "Well, I appreciate you wanting to give me lines, but that doesn't work for the." He says, "It doesn't work for the scene."
No, you
See,
make-
that's
make
what
it
an
a good
actor
movie.
knows.
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give him more lines. He said, "No, it
You're going to
doesn't
beat
work."
up Paul?
But
You're going to beat up
I'm
Paul?
whipping his ass, and he doesn't know. I hit him. I don't pull no. It's all about reality. We want to. We're all about.
No, let's make it
some
look
guys,
real.
We're not look
mean,
real. It's gonna be real.
is there gonna
I'm
be
gonna
bleeding?
bang him. I'm gonna make him piss blood for a month. I'm hitting him some body shots. Oh, I'm gonna bang him. But
guy.
yeah, so I'm going out there on Sunday. So we're filming next Monday and Tuesday. So that's why. Thus, I won't be here.
Yeah, so that's
And
why we
then
got the Friday show.
I'll be in this, and then once I'm going into we'll be shooting out La Crescenta, which is out past it's like 30 miles outside LA, and then I'll be driving into the city, staying, and do my show for the Fox fight. We'll do the press conference show, the weigh-in show, and then, but I want to know no studio show. She'll be coming back. So the fight, the 21st, out in Orange County. It's going to be, man, Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo for the welterweight championship. Super welterweight
There you go.
championship. The 154-pound super welterweight championship of the world. And that fight is a fight, man, if it lives up to half as good as the press conference, it'll be fight of the year candidate. So,
That's
Okay.
that.
Anything, but again, if anybody's around the area, the Warren area, Ohio, Trumbull County, Sunrise Inn, come in, man.
Yeah,
Food,
you know. And then people are gonna start
people-
coming home for Christmas.
People are wonderful, man. People
and
are
they're
wonderful.
gonna come
Yep.
And Christmas Eve's one of their biggest days, he
Yep.
said.
Yeah. Oh,
for
yeah.
pizza.
Yeah, people up for pizza. They
Smart.
sell more pizza. I don't think there's anything I want to say that I've forgotten because there's quite a bit of things I've forgotten through the last couple of weeks. Mike, do you have any? I always like to try to think if there are any special gems, like local gems that people don't talk about. But we got to talk about.
Like
the
restaurants or just little
restaurants,
things
yeah,
going
anything.
on?
Restaurants, stores that they got great buys, anything. Especially coming up during the holiday season, I want to get people go out and buy.
Oh.
Go out and support local merchants. So support the mom and pop places. Please do that.
Yeah, go to
Those are
the
ones
mall.
that-
You don't have to get it online.
Not all mall, right? That doesn't mean you don't shop at the mall, but
Yeah.
support the mom and pop places, local businesses.
Right.
They're
Go to the
ones who
local
keep.
coffee
They are
shops.
they are
Go
the
to the-
bloodlines through the local economy. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
they are the
I
local.
think people
blood.
around here get that,
Yeah,
don't you?
And so I hope so. Yes, because there's been businesses that have been around for a long time. Whether it's food, whether it's clothing, if it's any type of retail, support local businesses. They are the bloodline of local communities.
That's all I
Okay.
got.
Well, I guess we won't see until we won't see
Friday?
until
We do
say
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, Friday edition, new Friday
And
edition.
that might be it for a
special
while.
edition.
Yeah.
Will be here this Friday, which is what is the date?
This Friday?
Yes.
I don't even know what
What is
today
the
is
date?
anymore.
What is the date?
I used to know these things.
The 14th.
Today's
Friday the
12th?
14th.
Today's the
Okay.
Yeah. Today's the 10th.
So Friday the
13th.
13th.
Oh no, what could go wrong?
Ooh, nothing
full
go
moon,
wrong.
too?
Ooh, Friday the 13th. I just say one day off from the 13th. That's Friday 13th.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Be fun, and then that'll be our last show before Christmas. So
How'd we
anyhow,
get that guy? How'd we get him?
why
Are
don't
you
you come
friends
in
with
and do
him?
a show? Look.
Oh wow! All we have to do is
reach out.
ask.
Yes. Yes.
Who
Hey,
knew?
anybody wants to be on the show, we'll have you on. You could pitch whatever you want. Tony's a local guy, so yeah,
there
funny
you go.
guy,
Okay.
funny guy. And I actually had dinner with Tony or lunch out in L.A. years ago. I think it was L.A. But I had lunch with him. Good guy, real good guy, funny cat, funny guy. So we'll have him on telling stories, and
sounds
I'm
awesome.
gonna tell him about when I did stand up at the Improv.
Oh
How about
yeah,
that? Yes,
that'll
I
be
did
good.
put,
He'll love
twice,
that.
Not once, but twice.
Comedians
I
love
was so
that
good.
when you try to
know
one-up
what?
'em
I
with
was
your
so
comedian.
good they had me back twice.
Uh-huh.
Twice.
That's how good it
I
was.
was twice as nice.
Yeah.
Twice as nice. Catch that fast.
Yeah.
Anyhow, well, Mike,
Yeah.
you've been wonderful.
That's it.
You've
Oh,
been
I
your
enjoyed
wonderful
it.
self.
I enjoyed it.
You too. Me too. And okay.
That's it.
Until this Friday. Until
next
next
time.
show.
Next time.
This Friday, the 13th, around the same time, 1:30, Jens.
Oh, we're a little later. We're going
A little
3
later,
o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
We'll get done
3
just in
o'clock.
time for
It'll
happy
be
hour.
check out social media. 3 o'clock on this coming Friday. We'll be back with our special guest Tony Hinchcliffe. But until then, take care of each other, love each other. Good night, and God bless.